From the NMSU Department of Journalism and Media Studies in collaboration with KRWG, this is the student-produced News 22, where news matters.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Corey Preston.
And I'm Elijah Cadvales. Organizers of Saturday's No Kings protest against the Trump administration are estimating up to 9 million people turned out in more than 3,000 communities in the U.S. and Europe.
And estimated 2,000 of those were here in Las Cruces at Albert Johnson Park. News 22's Giandria Hernandez shows us some of the sights and sounds of No Kings 3.
Literally no kings. We are a democracy. We believe in free speech, the right to vote, the right to assemble.
No King's Day to me means a bunch of people coming together to say that we're all together in this and we all have problems. We're all unhappy about something. We're spending billions of dollars on this war. We could use all of that funding we could use all of that to fund so many other needed programs here in America.
We can't just stand here and do nothing, so we need to raise our voices. It means fighting for America, because we are a country built on immigrants, and we wouldn't have what we have if we didn't have them.
Especially as a Mexican American, it's really important because we're still not seen in bigger spaces. Like, our presence is unrecognized, and we're not seen as equals to white people. We're not seen as equals to white men. It's not safe for Mexicans, it's not safe for black people, it's not safe for any person of color.
I don't know about you guys, but we've been seeing some crazy weather lately. It's getting warmer, rained a little bit.
Sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's cold.
Yeah, and I can let you know all about that if you follow me this way. So, welcome to the weather. Today, skies were partly cloudy with a temperature of 81 degrees. The winds were 5 miles per hour tonight, and the humidity is at 18%. The dew point's 33 degrees, and the barometer is at 29.99 inches. And the high, average, and low today were 85, 74, and 58. The records today were a high of 85 in 1969 and a low of 26 degrees in 1987. The precipitation today was 0 inches of rain, but this year has got us at 1.99 inches so far. But I'm going to give it back to the news desk, and I'll see you soon.
Thanks, MJ. A 13-year-old boy is awaiting charges after shooting his 13-year-old friend.
The suspect, who is known to police as a frequent runaway who possesses firearms, was arrested Monday night. The shooting happened on the 2900 block of Petunia Lane in Las Cruces shortly before 10:30 p.m. The victim was shot in the back of the head and was airlifted to University Medical Center in El Paso. Police say they located the suspected shooter near Picacho Middle School and charged him with negligent use of a deadly weapon and minor in possession of a deadly weapon. More charges are possible. Another suspect of the March 2025 Young Park shooting will be facing trial starting tomorrow. Josiah Ontiveros, who was 15 at the time of the shooting, will be tried as an adult for the alleged role. At the time of his arrest, he was charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder and conspiracy in the deaths of Andrew Madrid, Dominic Estrada, and Jason Gomez. 2 other suspects, Tomas and Nathan Revillas, have already been convicted of murder in separate trials. Gustavo Dominguez, the last suspect, faces the same charges and has a 7-day jury trial scheduled for July 1st. A former Las Cruces police officer convicted in a deadly shooting case will stay in jail while he appeals his conviction.
Last October, Felipe Hernandez was convicted of voluntary manslaughter for the shooting of Teresa Gomez, 45-year-old, in 2023. He was sentenced to 11 years in prison. The judge cited violent dreams Hernandez recounted and his violent outburst during use of force traffic stop. The judge said he's not convinced Hernandez is not a danger to the community and ordered he stay in jail until his appeal. Stay tuned. MJ will be back with your national forecast.
And MJ is next with your national weather forecast.
Thank you, guys. And here we can see that our national forecast this month it's going to be getting hotter and hotter down here in the south. So make sure you apply sunscreen and make sure you drink water and check your weather apps because it's not going to get any cooler next April. On my next map, we can see that just how bad our allergies are getting with these winds. As you can see, we're going down, like I said, with the southeast. And even in the upper Midwest, we can check out the fact that there was a thunderstorm today with 1-inch diameter hail and 58-mile-per-hour winds. But to end on a pinker note, I should say, the moon will be pink this April 1st, and she's going to be peeking out with until the 6th. So make sure you tell her she looks really pretty because she put on her makeup for us. So I'm going to hand you right back to my friends at the desk, and I'll see you soon with your local weather. Welcome back from your break. Here is your local news across the state. In Farmington, we're going to see numbers of 60 and Santa Fe 61. Gallup and Albuquerque are 55 and 70 tonight. Clovis and Socorro are 76 and 75. Ruidoso 64, Roswell 82, and Deming Las Cruces, our last two, 79 and 81. The skies tomorrow will feel like a nice 61 in Farmington up north, 56 in Santa Fe, Gallup will be 60, Albuquerque 66, Socorro and Clovis sharing 72 and 79, Ruidoso and Roswell sharing 63 and 82, and lastly, but most importantly, Las Cruces and Deming 74 both. And your local weather in Alamogordo tonight will be 67 as our low, and tomorrow is 76 as our high. It'll be cloudy both times, so make sure you're on the lookout for those clouds. In what's it called? Silver City, we're gonna have tonight, Truth or Consequences, sorry. Tonight we're gonna have 70 as our low and tomorrow 73 as our high. It's gonna be cloudy again there. In Silver City, now I wanna talk about it, 58 is our low and tomorrow is 62 as our high. Cloudy again. And Las Cruces, dearly beloved, 68 tonight as our low and tomorrow it's gonna be 77 as our high with really high winds. So make sure you stay on the lookout for that. But I'm gonna get back to the news desk, so thank you for joining me.
Thanks, MJ. The Doñana County Senior Olympics are in full swing with medals already being handed out in Tai Chi.
News 22's Mikey Tonko keeps pace with a power walker who proves age is no barrier to lifelong fitness.
And Nauman ran track in the 1940s when opportunities for women to compete were very limited. Today, she still has that passion keeping her motivated and connected. At 99, she's the oldest person competing at this year's Doñana County Senior Olympics.
Just meeting some really nice people. I've really enjoyed that. That's when I was running, it was mostly alone. But there have been some really helpful people getting me started with power walking.
Doctors say staying active later in life can improve both physical and mental health.
And their Senior Olympics get us out of the house, get us interacting with the our community, people that are in your same category. It's almost like therapy, and then helping you say, hey, I am doing the very best. I might be a little bit more gray, or I might have a little less hair, but getting out, it makes a huge difference, and that gives you, like I said, that community, that camaraderie, and that fellowship.
While not every senior is ready for power walking, there are other ways to keep moving. The ancient Chinese martial art of Tai Chi is a good way of becoming active again. The calm, controlled movements can build good habits to last a lifetime. Events like Tai Chi, swimming, and track bring seniors together from across Doñana County, creating not only competition, but a community focusing on fitness and healthy aging.
We're competing
you're never too old to exercise. My advice to everybody is keep moving. That's what I tell my kids and my grandkids and anybody who asks. Keep moving.
And for Anne, that connection and commitment to movement is what keeps her going long after the events are over, enjoying every step along the way. Mikey Tonko, News 22.
You can catch Anne power walking in action when she competes the last weekend of April. More than a dozen medal events run through May 22nd, with medalists advancing to the New Mexico Senior Games hosted in Las Cruces this June.
And speaking of sports, don't go too far because Vavara is next. Thanks, guys. Coming up in sports, NMSU men's baseball team had to cancel their game against UNM today. You can toss that remote because News 22 Sports is next.
This is KRWG-TV News 22 Sports.
For the win! He got it!
Welcome back. I'm Varvara and let's talk sports. Tonight's matchup between New Mexico State baseball team and UNM has been postponed due to illness affecting the Aggies roster. The team hasn't revealed that the players have, but they will shift focus to their upcoming home series against Delaware. The three-game set begins Thursday at 6 p.m., followed by another 6 p.m. game on Friday, and wraps up Saturday morning at 11 at Presley Askew Field. New Mexico State looks to get back on track as they return to action later this week. A makeup date has not yet been announced. The New Mexico State men's tennis team wrapped up its weekend with a 4-2 win over Oral Roberts on Saturday. The Golden Eagles took an early lead after securing the doubles point despite a 6-3 win on Court 1, but the Aggies responded in singles by winning 4 matches to take the control back. Tobias Wallen added a straight set win on Court 1, while Holland Snell battled through 3 sets to keep the momentum going. Lance Orlau picked up another point on Court 5, and Laurenti Fisher clinched the match on Court 6 to secure the victory. The Aggies now look ahead to the Battle of I-10 against New Mexico this Saturday. New Mexico State softball came up short in their series finale against Western Kentucky, falling 4-9. The Aggies showed power at the plate with 3 home runs and stayed competitive through the early innings. But Western Kentucky pulled away late, using a 4-run 7th inning to secure the win. Despite the loss, New Mexico State showed offensive potential throughout the game. The Aggies will now look to bounce back as they head into their next matchup. And that's all for sports tonight. Join us for more sports action tomorrow. Still ahead on News 22, MJ will be back to take a look at your 5-day forecast. Welcome back. Let's take a look at our top stories.
An estimated 2,000 people protested the Trump administration during No King's Day at Albert Johnson Park. Josiah Ontiveros, another suspect of the March 2025 Young Park shooting, will be facing trial starting tomorrow. The Albuquerque Biopark Zoo staff is addressing the elephant in the room, but it wasn't a room.
That's right. It was out on the zoo's public walkways. Alice was able to break a section of welded steel and get into a guest area of the biopark. She enjoyed some plants and trees before staff were alerted early Sunday morning that Alice had left her habitat. After her Sunday morning outing, Alice spent the rest of the day relaxing. The water pond section of the elephant's habitat is currently off limits as staff begin to reinforce the steel.
Now let's take a look at your 5-day forecast. Wednesday is going to be cloudy and windy, and the sun will return Thursday, but clouds will start coming back Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Our highs will be 74, 81, 85, 73, and 70. Throughout those 5 days, our lows will be 46, 49, 44, 47, and 40 to finish it off. Thank you.
And that's all for News 22 Tuesday. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight.
And tune in tomorrow night for more news, but don't go too far because Yureli Chinchilla is next with Noticias 22 en Español. I'm Corey Preston.
And I'm Elijah Carvales, and from the whole News 22 team, have a good night.
This news brief en español is brought to you by Noticias 22, la información más completa de Nuevo México, El Paso y la frontera. Noticias 22.
Buenas tardes, mi nombre es Yuredi Chinchilla y estas son las breves en Noticias 22. El activista César Chávez está siendo acusado por abuso sexual de niñas adolescentes y también de la cofundadora Dolores Huerta. Ahora están definiendo si cambian el nombre en los edificios. César Chávez fue admirado por ser un ícono para los latinos y agricultores, pero ahora el legado ha sido manchado por acusaciones de abuso sexual. En el país, el nombre de Chávez está siendo removido de los edificios y festivales y ahora en la escuela pública de las Cruces están considerando cambiar el nombre de la escuela de primaria César Chávez. Hace 6 años, la preparatoria Organ Mountain cambió el nombre de Oñate y muchos sintieron que el cambio fue muy rápido y costoso y están diciendo lo mismo de César Chávez. Una madre de familia piensa que cambiar el nombre es borrar la historia de la ciudad. Por otro lado, algunos miembros de la junta directiva quieren quitar el nombre, por eso deben decidir qué es más importante, si quitar el nombre de un abusador sexual acusado o dejar el nombre por el bien de la tradición. Un adolescente de 13 años de edad está bajo custodia después de haber balaceado a su amigo de 13 años. El sospechoso, quien es conocido por la policía como un fugitivo que posee armas de fuego, fue arrestado el lunes a las 10:30 de la noche en la casa. La víctima recibió el impacto por detrás de la cabeza y fue trasladado en el helicóptero a El Paso. El sospechoso fue detenido cerca al colegio Picacho junto con la posible arma del crimen. La investigación continúa y cargos adicionales son posibles. Esto es todo por hoy en Noticias 22. No olviden seguirnos en Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Muchas gracias.